Hello everyone, this is Vinnieart, formerly designer McFarlane Toys, and today I am reviewing the Street Fighter Alpha 3 Ken from Storm Arena. Now, I pre-ordered this guy back in February. I'm not crazy about pre-ordering figures, but I knew this guy was kind of a must. And yeah, as soon as he went up, I said, yeah, let me pull the trigger on this thing. So he finally shipped out, and I think he looks pretty damn awesome. Like I said, I've been looking forward to reviewing this since they have the competition with Jada Toys, and both have been making fantastic figures. But I have a couple of the Storm collectibles, which is the slightly larger scale. But yeah, this one in particular, this is the one that is in perfect scale with the Jada figures. So I'll be doing a review and doing a comparison for you guys. So yeah, stay tuned. Oh, look, they didn't even punch the top part here. So look at that. But anyway, let me open this one up and give you guys the full review. I just slid them out of the box and noticed a couple of things. One, they do have a backdrop. Kind of neat. SH Figuarts, they've done the same thing, so that's pretty cool. And it's decent. I mean, regular cardboard, but the front part's glossy. It has the actual image. The other thing I saw is on the back of it, they do give us a stand. It looks like a complicated stand, but at least they gave us that in a couple of different ways on how you could use it for the figure. And just like the larger figures, they did put like a kind of slight protection on there. So that was neat that they did that. Again, he comes with different hands, different head, and his effect. Gotta say, right out of the package, that's looking really good. Yeah, the Alpha series, again, some of my favorite out of the Street Fighter stuff. So yeah, looking forward to fidgeting around with this guy, giving you a full breakdown. Now, he originally, when they solicited him, he was about, I think, $26.99, and with tariffs and shipping from Big Bad Toy Store, he came out to be around $34. So that ain't too bad. That's still way better than some of the other import figures. So there you go, if you guys wanted to know. And again, yeah, that's where I picked this one up, was Big Bad Toy Store. So let me show you guys Ken. Here is another close-up. I popped the other head on him. I think that expression is pretty awesome, that kind of cocky pose that he likes to do. Again, the sculpt work is really nice. There is some texturing on his gi, and his legs as well. Looking really sharp. Good stuff. The head articulation is really nice. You can't really look up that much due to the long hair, obviously. The hands are a little bit squishy. So is his chest. For articulation purposes, like, that's why they did it like that. But there's a better range in the shoulders, so that when you do the other poses and his moves, that you could get more out of it, you know. So that's pretty good, but we'll get to that. Anyway, like, it's like a good cup system, and I do like the body proportions on this. I think they really nailed it, even with the gi. Like, look how far back he could go. I think even a little more than that, with the legs straight. Like, that range is really good. He's got pivot in there too. When I take this off, we'll get a better look at that anatomy and get a better range. It does go all the way around. Again, double hinge for the elbow. He's got bicep rotation, ball joint for the ankle. I'm sorry, for the wrist. The ankles too, if we're gonna get into that. He's got the pivot, hinge, toe articulation. That's really cool. I like that they did that. It does turn up here too. There's a cut above the ankle. He's got double hinge for the knee, the swivel. He can do them perfect splits. Really good stuff. That is great. These are just fun to pose. Come on, that is sick. Yeah, this is just fidgeting around a little bit. And you can get, oh, drop down hips too. I almost forgot about that. So if you want to get like some proper, come on, that's killer. Good stuff. You know, like this figure has everything that you need. Really beautiful stuff. Like I said, Jade has been doing a great job, but I think with the extra articulation on these guys, yeah, we're hitting above and beyond. So he does come with alternate hands. These are really squishy, so just be mindful of that. Same with his Hadouken, whatever it is. Like these are kind of squishy as well. He's got a left and a right and a left, and he does have his kind of come over here finger. So there you go. And here was the neutral head that he came with in the box. So all in all, pretty good. This is kind of rubbery too. You don't get a ton out of it, but it is what it is. And he does come with his special effect to put on the fist. Let's see, maybe we give him the. It could go on either hand, by the way. So if you want to give him his rising uppercut, you could do that. So, bam. That looks really good. I should pull it up a little bit. There you go. So pretty sweet. Here is how he scales with Ryu from Jada Toys. And again, this is just, yeah, this is pretty sweet. I don't have the Ken from Jada. Like I said, I had pre-ordered this Ken back in February, so I wasn't gonna spend the money on that. And I just kind of, I don't know, I prefer the way that this Ken looked anyway. The body shape and everything. Like, this one's still really cool. I think he kind of looks better without his white gi on, because the way they did the body is fantastic. It's just this felt too thick and a little bit weird, and wasn't crazy about how they sculpted his face. I know it's more off of the Ultra Street Fighter 2. It's still okay for what it is, and I gave him a pretty high score because like the figure is awesome. Don't get me wrong on that, but something about how they did this figure and this body, because this is the same exact body that they used for the Ryu Storm Arena. So pretty damn sweet. But yeah, we're gonna get into this. Let me. I'll end up taking off this gi, but I want to show some scaling with other figures as well in the Street Fighter line. But I love that you could mix and match them because they are the same exact height. You just get some a little bit different out of each company. And again, both are extremely well done. So here are some more of the Jada figures alongside Ken. So I think the scaling is, again, fantastic. Really well done. We go with Sagat. Yeah, Sagat is a much bigger figure. Just kind of getting them in slightly different poses so you get a little bit more of an idea, you know, if they're in like fighting poses and stuff like that. But pretty damn sweet. I'll move around a bit. Look. But yeah, like the female figures are supposed to be a little bit smaller anyway. But it's all good. Not bad. Yeah, this Sagat's really awesome too. Maybe I'll put the at the end so you guys can see the review on him. I'll link that. But yeah, these are really, really nice. And yes, he could get into the proper pose for the Hadouken, or Hadouken, however you say it. And that looks killer. Just really, really badass. So yeah, and that effect, this one comes with the Jada Ryu. So if you're curious, and there's Dalsim. So again, scaling is perfect on these guys. You create whatever you want with them. Very, very cool. By the way, something else to note. Yeah, the swapping the hands on and off, very, very easy. But you could also slip off that wrist, the pad that goes around the wrist that makes the glove. So if you didn't want those on for some reason, or you could swap hands with something else, you could do that if you wanted to. But just letting you guys know that. So for customizing, you could probably do a pretty good job of customizing these guys from what I've seen. Here he is doing his uppercut, knocking out Cammy. But yeah, I prefer these cheap stands that I found on eBay. I think over what he comes with. I don't feel like ripping it open out of the box, but yeah, this figure is just so much fun. So much fun to pose around. Get into all of his poses from the game. Killer stuff all around. Okay, so in order to take off his gi, there's like a little kind of button type situation here. So you got to take this part off first. You can see it's there. And then you got to take off. Just be careful with it. Because again, it's like a soft rubber. Yeah, there's like a whole little button system going on there. So that's how you do it. So here is what it looks like without his shirt on. And like I said, the anatomy on this thing is fantastic. Again, this whole piece here is like a softer kind of rubbery bit. But like I said, you could get more range out of this for sure. You can see as it lifts a little bit. But again, it's like they're larger figures because they did make that very soft so you could get the extra range out of these guys. So it makes sense. The engineering is pretty damn smart. And like I said, look at that range of bend. That's incredible. Let's see how far you can arch back. Yeah, you could practically like snap his back. So that is, yeah, fantastic. So this is a kind of articulation more companies need to take a look at. You have very natural poses, you know, the up, down, the full motion in here, the rotator cuff. Like that is killer. Again, this guy is really awesome. I gotta go 10 out of 10. Figure is absolutely perfect. I have no issues with him whatsoever. He's so much fun to pose. Hell yeah. If you guys are smart and you're a big fan of Street Fighter, I would not pass up on Storm Arena's Ken from the Street Fighter Alpha 3. Yeah, this is just, yeah, it's badass. Be sure to pick up my Volume 3 art book as well. This thing is perfect bound, 64 pages. Absolutely amazing. So you don't want to miss out on this one. Again, this is the Volume 3. It's available right now in Indiegogo for a limited time. Yeah, more information soon on some of my other projects. And yeah, upcoming stuff. There's also going to be a sneak peek at City of Venus 2 in this book. So yeah, you're not going to want to miss this at all. Like I said, this is going to be the next major comic book that I am releasing. This one's going to be around 52 pages. Hi, for anyone looking for some amazing comic books, this is part of my collection. I am the artist and creator of Shadow of the Kraken. This is a beautiful pirate story, 52 pages, beautiful artwork. Yeah, everything you need out of a great pirate story, you're right here. We have City of Venus. It's a futuristic story. Also another one that I totally created. Beautiful. If you love kind kind of post-apocalyptic worlds, beautiful women, sci-fi, action. This has a little bit of everything in it. So if you're looking for that, on that campaign, you could also get, for a limited time, volume 1 and 2 of my art books. These are loaded with amazing images, 52 pages each. Yeah, they got pretty much everything you need in there. And we have, of course, hardcover book. This is Through the Woods, co-created and written by Frankie Tartamella, my brother. And yeah, I did all the artwork. This is 100 pages. You get the entire story in here, beginning, middle, end. You get all of it, and it is truly amazing. So if you're looking for a great ghost story, this is definitely the book for you. Just click the link in the descriptions, and yeah, these books ship immediately.